The Russian invasion of the Ukraine has left the world with one conclusion. Russia's president is a war criminal. But putting him in jail may prove to be an impossible task. Welcome, my name is David Jolly, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, I would really appreciate it if you did. Thanks. President Biden described Russian President Vladimir Putin as a war criminal for ordering attacks on innocent civilians in the Ukraine. But is Putin, by definition, a war criminal? It may seem ironic or even ridiculous, but even war has rules. These rules are contained in the treaties called the Geneva Conventions and other international laws and agreements. One such rule is that civilians cannot be deliberately attacked, and neither can their infrastructure that is vital to their survival. Additionally, certain weapons are banned from use in war, such as anti-personnel landmines and chemical or biological weapons. The sick and wounded from war must also be cared for, and this includes injured soldiers who maintain rights as prisoners of war. Other laws that have been agreed to include the prohibition of torture and genocide. Crimes against humanity are also, and obviously, not permitted. Such crimes include murder, rape, or mass persecution of a group of individuals. Additionally, Article 2, subsection 4 of the UN Charter prohibits the use of military force against another state. Countries can claim self-defense under Article 51 of the UN Charter. Putin has in fact argued self-defense incorrectly and points to NATO countries expanding eastwards as an act of aggression. In the Ukraine, we've witnessed Russian airstrikes that, according to the US Department of State, have destroyed apartment buildings, schools, hospitals, critical infrastructure, civilian vehicles, shopping centers, and ambulances, leaving thousands of innocent civilians killed or wounded. There's also evidence that points to cluster bombs that separate into smaller bombs that have hit civilian areas and thermobaric explosives, which create a massive vacuum by sucking up oxygen. Such activity is without doubt a violation of the Geneva Conventions and, by definition, war crimes. If a war criminal is investigated and prosecution deemed appropriate, then it would likely fall to the International Criminal Court for prosecution. The ICC investigates and prosecutes individual war criminals who are not prosecuted in courts of individual states. The ICC is the modern and permanent successor to Nuremberg, which prosecuted Nazi war criminals following World War II. Nuremberg reinforced the philosophy that countries could agree to establish a special court to uphold international law. The chief prosecutor of the ICC, British lawyer Karim Khan QC, has stated that he planned to investigate the events of the Ukraine as rapidly as possible, and he was going to look into prior allegations of war crimes against humanity and genocide by Russia. But nothing is ever easy because the court doesn't even have its own police force and relies on states to arrest suspects. Not surprisingly, Russia is not a member of the court as it withdrew its membership back in 2016. It's easy to call someone like Putin a war criminal, but not always as easy to prove such an allegation. However, in the current case, the Russian attacks and assaults on hospitals and other civilian objects is clearly in violation of the Geneva Conventions, and by definition, the leader, Putin, is a war criminal. But catching Putin alive and having him turned over to the International Criminal Court for prosecution may be a nearly impossible task. For more legal videos, please subscribe to this channel.